Kamrui, yes. I've tested some of their products. I've liked them. This one has a nice, sleek aesthetic, but more importantly, you're getting, oh, look at this price. All right, yeah, it's come down in price quite a bit. So more importantly, you're getting a Ryzen 9 8945HS, one of my favorite CPUs, in a nice little shell here for a good price. So what we're going to do in this video is the same thing I do in every video about mini. We're going to look at it and we're going to test it. Also, the environment right now that we're in, I feel like mini PCs are becoming even I need to drink. Also, the environment we're in right now, I feel like mini PCs are becoming even more attractive because the state of the DIY PC market is a mess. That's not what this video is about. This video is about the Camui G1. So I really like the 8945HS, and there's a number of different systems that I've tested in like the last couple of weeks that feature this. I don't know what's going on. Why are there so many PCs coming out right now with the 8945HS? I like it better than the AI models because it's quite a bit less expensive than the AMD chips that have AI in the title, but it's also really, really fast. You got 8 cores, 16 threads, 5.2 gigahertz is the max boost, and it also has the 780M, which is a very fast integrated GPU. I always use OEM keys. I grab them over at whokeys.com. This is the price you're going to pay for Windows 11 Pro if you get a retail key. Let's check those prices on whokeys.com. $30, you know, we can do better. Put in TS25, click apply. There we go, $23.22. You got Windows 11 Pro, Windows 11 Home, Windows 10 Home, and we have a couple different flavors of LTSC. 2021 gets updates until 2027, and the 2021 IoT edition gets updates until 2032. Also, if you're sick of paying that monthly fee for Office, you can get an offline version of Office. They've got 2019 and 2016. You know, 2016 will get most people by, in my opinion. You can also use the coupon code TS25 on these to save 25% on this as well. Let's go ahead and check out with our copy of Windows 11 Pro. I just put in my card info. There we go. Click on View Keys and Codes. Once you get to the User Center, click on Get the Key. You'll see your key right here in the middle. Go ahead and highlight that, copy that, press Start, and then type Activate. You'll see Activation Settings. Go ahead and click on that. And then right here it says Not Active. Just click on Change Product Key. Paste in our product key, and then click on Activate. Hey, look at that. Active. Head over to whokeys.com. Thanks to them for sponsoring. And now on to our regularly scheduled program. Let's just go through all the specs right now. I guess that's what we're doing. You've got 32 gigabytes of DDR5 memory, 5600 speed. It can take up to 96 if you want to swap it out. Comes with a 1 terabyte PCI Express Gen 4 M.2 NVMe SSD. There's room for another one. You got Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2, and a single 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port for your connectivity options. As far as screens, it has triple screen support. One of them is HDMI, one of them is USB Type-C, and the other one is DisplayPort 2.0. All right, let's go through all the ports on the unit itself. I like that we can see that big copper like rising up there. It's kind of cool. You'll never take me alive, copper, said the bro meme. Just a little chemistry humor. Let's get on with it. Then we got the power port. Got your power button in the front. Got 3.5 millimeter audio jack. That's headphone microphone combo port right there, or as some people nowadays call it, the youth are calling it the headset port. All right. Beside that, you got 2 USB 3.2 Gen 2 Type A. Then we've got a USB 4 Type C. That is full featured. If you want 3 monitors, you'll be plugging one of these things into the front, just so you know. Flip it around to the back, and we have 4 USB 3.2 Gen 1 ports right there. We've got our 2.5 gigabit LAN port. It's an RTL8125 2.5 gigabit Ethernet port from Realtek. And then we've got a MediaTek MT7922 Wi-Fi 6E. And then we have DisplayPort 2.0 and HDMI 2.0. And above that's our DC input. It's 51 millimeters thick, 129 by 129. Weighs 560 grams. Translating that into American, it's about 2 bananas, and it weighs about a third of a cat. They don't do numbers anymore in America. They barely even do words anymore if you look at like the school systems. All right, so let's get it naked. All right, the screws are kind of deep and recessed, so I had to get a glasses kit to get the damn thing apart. But hey, once I got it apart, we can take a look at the inside. We have a BiWin M.2. And we have some King Fast memory. Good old King Fast memory. So I haven't had much experience with King Fast RAM. It's just RAM. It's like 3 companies make all the RAM now, right? So yeah. So beside that BiWin M.2, we have another M.2 slot right there. That M.2 is going to go over top of your Wi-Fi module And also it's going to go over top of the battery, the PC battery, which is generally okay. Those batteries can't get too hot, but the heat radiating off the bottom of an M.2 is not generally going to be warm enough to matter. We also have heat spreaders on top of the RAM and one that goes right there on top of your M.2. Let's see how fast the M.2 is. There it is. 5992 on the read and 5275 on the write. As far as the temperatures go, I got up to 64 actually on the right here. And normally right now we're just idling, around the 50s. So looking at the IOPS, both look pretty good. 142 and 114. All right, let's go ahead and play some games, benchmark, goof off, and just see what we can do with it. Let's have a look at Unigine Valley. Looking pretty good there. 73.6 FPS, minimum 35.7, overall score 3078. Now I just took a look at the Geekom A8 Max, so I'll compare it to that one. That one got 75 FPS and a score of 3145. So we'll have to figure out if the price to performance ratio is better with this one, and we'll also check the heat and thermals. So let's keep on going. Let's look at Unigine Superposition, taxes the GPU and the CPU, and here we've got a score of 4394. The average was 32.63, and that one the average was 32.78. So very similar. Baldur's Gate 3 running on medium. Here in the Underdark, let's see how it runs. Ooh, sorry, you're probably getting motion sick. All right, we'll do a couple tests here on medium and then on high and just see how it is. I think medium's how most people are going to be playing this game, but looks okay. I do have FSR 2.2 turned on. Feel a hitch here and there. You watch the frame time up there. That's the chart that's going by, and usually pretty good. I'm not extremely worried about the frame time because, it's a turn-based game. All right, so I'm going to test it again on high. Okay, high feels very similar to low, so that's interesting. Do a little benchmark and see how this runs. That feels about the same. Maybe it's because we're in the Underdark and there's not a ton of stuff going on, so yeah, run it in high when you're on, in an area like this or whatever. All right, so the first one is high, and then this is medium. Really, really similar scores, as you can see. 40 FPS on high and 43 on medium. You can definitely play Baldur's Gate 3 on this. Medium's probably going to be the way to go, but, you do you. Okay, I was really curious to see if we could play Outer Worlds 2, because it came out recently. It looks pretty good. Actually, it looks really good here on medium. Yeah, I think you can play this on medium or low on this tiny mini PC. It's not going to be crazy. In fact, I would turn this down maybe a little bit. I can't play. My mouse is not inverted. I can't do it. Much better. Yeah, you can play this on medium or low. I would probably play it on medium, maybe? I don't know. Depends on how much fighting you want to do. What's this? All right, Cyberpunk on medium, 43.4 FPS, and the minimum was 37.57. That's a good score. All right, on the high setting, we've got 34.06 with a minimum of 27.98. That's really good. Actually, one of the best scores I've seen. Another game you can play on pretty much any system because it's 8-bit. You can play this on a Nintendo if they'd ever released the cartridge, James Rolfe. I saved my anger for this. All right, yeah, skipped into it. So every time I try out a mini PC, I try another one of these levels. Let's do Festerdrome. Yes, I've already done the Devil. Let's see what this one's going to be like. The Devil reminded me kind of Castlevania. I've got a feeling this one's going to be Ghosts and Goblins or another Castlevania type of map. I don't know. Or A Horrible Night to be stuck in the... Yes. It's Castlevania. So if you haven't seen this, it's the new 8-bit Angry Video Game Nerd. Get off me! No! Right, I swear to God, James Rolfe, this is all your fault. Anyway, it's kind of like a Mega Man type game. Can you not kill that thing? If I shoot the web. Everything shoots webs and can't be hurt. What a great level. Who thought of this? Stop shooting webs. I hate this thing. Are you filling me with hatred? I'm gonna die. Oh, I hate this level. I'm sick of this game already. All right, so yeah, you can play this on anything. Let's not jerk around with this anymore. Before I left town, I recorded a bunch of this, and then I don't know what I did with the footage, so I'm recording again. This is Simon the Sorcerer. Yes, let's load in. What do I have? And if you played the original Simon the Sorcerer, well, you know this is not what it looked like. Of course, this is upgraded. All right, we're just here in the first chapter. There's that goofy walk, if you remember. This is a click adventure. You play a little brat. He's a brat, I'm telling you. And it turns out you're a sorcerer. And I'm not going to go too far into it. It's you know, what do they call those things in the 90s? Oh yeah, zany. A zany comedy. So if you haven't played Simon the Sorcerer, well, and you want something silly and kind of old school, then you should check it out. Anyway, well done for bringing this back. Maybe we can get some click adventures now that a lot of people need something, I guess, a little more chill in their lives. Better than doom scrolling, I'll tell you that. So in Cinebench, it's kind of interesting because this one on the single core is actually slightly faster than the Geekom, 1800 versus 1716. So a little bit better of a score there. Ace Magic was 1819. So this is exactly where I would expect the 8945HS to be. As far as the multi-core score goes, there we go, 15,554. Take a look at Geekbench. We got 2579 for our single core score. Let's take a look at all the individual scores. I'll scroll down so you can see them all. There, pause if you need anything. Over here's our OpenCL score, 3899. Let's go ahead and roast it for about 15 minutes and we'll see how hot it gets. Okay, I guess I let that burn in for a long time. Burn-in's not a thing. It's a joke from the olden days when people used to run Prime 95 overnight to burn their CPUs in. Well, yes, this one's burned in. So the max was 85.4, completely fine. And it's been running between that and 80-something pretty much the whole time, so I'm not worried about that. It stays cooler than the other 8945HS PCs that I've tested. So how loud is it? Well, in the room it's about 42 to 43 decibels. And if I put this close to the machine, we're getting 49.3 decibels. You can definitely hear it. It's a constant whir. Not really annoying, but yeah, you can surely hear the fans. So I just did my best of mini PC video. I'll bring up a chart here just so you can see how it stacks up with some of the other ones. And it's right here. It's a little bit slower. Maybe it's the RAM or whatever. A little bit slower than the other Ace Magic. And where's the B-Lake? Oh, it's down here. So yeah, it's somewhere in the middle when it comes to the overall performance, but I mean really similar to the other Ryzen 9 units that we have right here. You can see it may look like a lot, but that's, you know, a couple FPS difference. Oh, look at that medium. The 1% lows are really good, so it's got nice smooth performance. So when it comes to the overall CPU, there we go, single core and the multi-core, it's a little bit behind the previous 8945HS I tested. So that's kind of interesting. See where it stacks up right there. And then Geekbench, again, it's very similar. The M.2 that they've installed is somewhere in the middle, but I think this performance is going to feel really snappy. And then last thing I want to show you, the temps are very good with the Kamrui. I thought it was a good unit. It's really going to depend on what the price is of the other Ryzen 9 8945HS models. And also, you know, it's not quite as crazy, but it's, you know, it's close. And when it comes to gaming, it's basically the same or better. If you want Ryzen 9, then this Kamrui is a decent way to go. Depending on what the price is doing, you know, at any given time. If the price is right, then go for it. All right, let me know what you think in the comments. I'll see you in the next video, probably about another damn mini PC. See you later.